Saturday Night Live, Soul Cycle, Alchemy.
Yep.
I'm gonna give me an echo chamber. I'm gonna give me an echo chamber and do that. Watch.
Okay.
Soul Cycle, Alchemy.
Alchemy. Yeah. They have it in different voices and shit. A deep voice. Yeah. Saturday Night Live. America.
All right, go to monster. That motherfucker long. Man.
Yeah, I know, but it works. Okay. Through the power, force, might, and will of the great no thingness of infinite beingness of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible life, from which comes the absolute all. All that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization, and form as we all now willing commanded to be. It's now being and becoming an active force of higher consciousness and an active force of infinite intelligence within us all now. Being and becoming the great primordial dragon god son Kundalini flame. Now, whirling and ascending up our spine, from our root chakra to our central heart chakra, on up to our royal crown chakra, igniting our royal crown chakra, illuminating our first eye, the Lord Amunel Drakra, the hidden priestly grandmaster magi, the dragon god, son, king, and queen, igniting all of the 72 chakras in our first eye, our 72 primordial dragon god, son, kings, and queens, and all of our legions of 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 armies 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 of armies. Now, willing all of the forces, all of the elements, all of the essences, and all of the dark matter, which is within the absolute all, into being and becoming all of our will servants, serving all of our will's objectives, intentions, and desires, crystallizing them all into physical realization, actualization, and form as we are will and commanded to be now. Being and becoming an active force of unstoppable energy, helping us all by bringing all out war, judgment, death, and destruction to the corrupted, multi-dimensional, negative, archonic energies and their white supremacy, European American, imperialistic, globally counterfeit spirits, running the surface of the earth with all of their technology directed against us and our well-being in order to kill, murder, corrupt, and degenerate us, taking us all off of our true evolutionary path and cycle to forever enslave us deeper and deeper into their artificial reality construct in the name of their God and Master, the Demiurge, as we're all now able of pulling down unlimited supernal energy from right out of the nothingness into our reality, manifesting it here as an all-consuming flame that no force can stand up to, burning away all of the multi-dimensional archonic demiurge energies by raising the vibratory rate so high, making all of the archonic demiurge energies too sick to even fight us, as our energy is completely consuming away all of the archonic demiurge energies directed against us, clearing the way to our true evolutionary path using our first eye, the hidden Grandmaster Mad Guy, to open up a supermassive black hole. Now, sucking in all of the archonic demiurge energies back into the primordial nothingness to be regenerated into something else, more universally constructive, as we are now all free to ascend back up to conscious unity through the power, force, might, and will of the great nothingness of the almighty powers of the great nothingness of almighty flow. The great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible light from which comes the absolute all. All that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into physical realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing commanded to be abracadabra ashe. Crown,
Ashe.
yes. Crown chakra day libations. Ain, the nothingness, Ashe. Ain soft, the infinite, Ashe. Ain soft or the infinite light, Ashe. Adam Cadman, better known as Atik Yaman, the ancient of ancient, the most ancient of days, the primordial Christ, Ashe. Arik Yampin, the big face, Ashe. Absolute emanations, the supernal universe manifesting as the holy, divine, infinite, magical names, the cosmic Christ, Ashe. The great abyss of Gnosis, the crown of Zerampin, the small face, the indwelling Christ, Ashe. Berea, form, creation, and paradise, manifesting as the holy, divine, infinite, magical archangels and demons, Ashe. Yetzirah, formation, manifesting as the, the order of angels and demons, Ashe. Ashia, the actual physical world in the making, manifesting as the our earthly kingdom, Ashe. Yeshida, the holy, divine, infinite, magical spark, manifesting as our divine will, Ashe. Heya, the holy, divine life force, manifesting as our holy, divine, infinite, magical desire, Ashe. Neshama, our holy, divine, infinite, magical, heavenly soul, manifesting as our holy, divine, infinite, magical, heavenly thoughts, Ashe. Ruach, our holy, divine, infinite, magical soul, manifesting as our holy, divine, infinite, magical word spoken through us, Ashe. Nephish, our holy, divine soul, manifesting into physical realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing commanded to be, Ashe. Kether, the crown, Ashe. Hakma, wisdom, the supernal father, Ashe. Bana, understanding and intelligence, the supernal mother, Ashe. Da, the great abyss of gnosis, Ashe. Hesed, mercy, Ashe. Gabura, judgment, Ashe. Tiferet, beauty, Ashe. Netzik, victory, Ashe. Had, glory, Ashe. Yasad, foundation, Ashe. Malkuth, the kingdom, Ashe. The power, force, might, will of the great nothingness of the almighty powers of the great nothingness of almighty flow, the cosmic flower constantly blooming the absolute all into being, Ashe. Lord Amenel Drakra, the hidden priestly grand master Magi, the dragon god, son, king, and queen, Ashe. And to all of our chaos, cosmic, and earthly ancestors, gods and goddesses, that was, that is, and that is being becoming again greater and greater now, Ashe.
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 The gods and goddesses, unknown, known and unknown. Ashe. Empress. Ashe. Destiny. Ashe. Cyrus. Ashe. Wana. Ashe. Chaos out of order beings. Ashe. 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 Let's go. Let's go in. So yeah.
So this
the
past
end of the
week,
world.
well, the end of
Right.
this,
We call this.
yes, we know it.
You breaking up, bro. You breaking up. You breaking up.
We
call this the end of the world. End of the world as we know it chronicles. So we go into those these end of the world energies, these end of the world events. You know what I'm saying? And we bring out the true essence of what this actually is, right? Because everyone is so afraid of their humanity, and we're evolving beyond humanity right now. So that's the thing that we have to realize. We are evolving beyond humanity, right? All of the signs are there to show you that we are evolving beyond humanity. So if you are stuck in your humanity, it's like when they was in the Bible, when the children are the people were still worshiping the bull. They were still worshiping, and it was they were the Taurus.
Yeah,
the age
see,
of
they were
Taurus.
stuck
They were
in
going
the
out of
age,
the age of Taurus,
going into the age of Aries. Yeah, they were going into the age of Aries, but them people were still worshiping Taurus.
Well, the problem is that the energy is transitioning, and that's what that meant. That's what that whole passage actually meant, is that they were stuck in an energy that was passing. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? They were stuck in a spiritual um, reverberation or resonant that was passing. We going into a whole nother spiritual resonance right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
so they
saying?
passed
So,
away. They passed away with that age.
and this is what's going to happen to most in this age. People are going to pass away because they are not tapping into the superpowers. Right now, you need to be tapping into the superpowers. If you
Mm-hmm.
if you if you if you, if you are stuck on your humanity where you're afraid, that's all human stuff. You got to realize you are beyond a human. If you don't realize, okay, you can keep on playing a human. Go ahead. That's up to you. Go ahead, keep playing a human. Well, all of this stuff applies. The in-world things that go on, they apply to you. But when you realize that you are immortal, you understand me? You are beyond human. Then none of this applies to you. You know what I'm saying? None of it
And
applies.
not only are you beyond human, but we have the ability to dictate reality around us. We we can use our anger, our emotions, to dictate reality, to change reality to move in our favor.
We
Into
already
what?
doing that. We already doing it. That's how the elite create the reality that they created. They're
Yeah.
using our they're using
And
us against us. They're creating the reality they want through suggestive programming, through suggestive programming, and through predictive programming. They're programming us to
mhm.
create a reality that they want to see come forth. So we've already doing that. That's why this is my whole point. Like, why are we victims of our creation? Right? We are victims of our creation. Like, how did that happen? Only when we snap out of it and realize, oh, this is we're creating this.
Yeah,
We got
that
to
means
snap
we
out
have
of
to
it and say,
change.
we're creating this. Islam, Mo.
Yeah.
We're creating this. Once we realize we're creating this and there's nothing outside of us, because the church is a parasite on the planet. The church has been nothing more than a corruption on the spirit of humanity,
Yeah,
because
because it gave us this
they
thing
want to
called
lead you
religion.
they want to lead you away from the true essence, which is within.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about it is, this is a poison to your brain. They're poisoning you. It's Inquisition. Y'all got to go study the Inquisition, because Inquisition will tell you it's called the scholastic word is intercatericum divina. Intercatericum divina
Okay.
is what they did to the indigenous people. They tried to make they didn't try to, they effectively made the indigenous people on this planet shun their culture, shun their ways, and adopt another person. That was a
Yeah.
magical spell. Once they were able to do it, they were able to pull off a magical spell that was the greatest one on the planet Earth since
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis, since Atlantis was on the planet. So this is what they're doing to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, snap up out of it. We have to snap up out of it,
Mm-hmm.
because you're creating your own demise right now. You're creating it. You're creating whatever is coming, whatever's about to happen. You're creating it.
Mm-hmm.
We're creating it.
Mm-hmm.
We're creating it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is,
Yeah.
they know the power of the collective conscious subconscious. That's why they utilize it. We just
Mm-hmm.
don't know it. Years ago, I was attempting to set up these mass meditation sessions, right? They already do this shit. Let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you, the European pale skin ones, they already mass.
Yeah.
They meet up in certain places, and go in masses and go meditate on certain things that they want to come about, how they want to cultivate the energy. Now, if they're meditating on their low vibrational worldview of the greater scheme of things, they're putting out an energy that's contrary to who you are. So we have to counter those energies. So we have to have some collective ritualistic, you know what I'm saying, meditations collectively. They're doing it constantly on us. They're constantly putting out chants and putting out all type of putting rituals out and countering, because in their eye they're not looking at it at they're doing something that's against our nature. They don't know that. Some of them do. But the thing about it is they are totally diametrically opposed to who we are as a people. They are not the same energy. They are not the same spirit of who we are. These are counterfeit spirits. So we have to recognize that. So when they're chanting, when they're meditating, when they're doing, it's a whole nother energy they're cultivating right now. It's not our energy that we have to cultivate for our well-being, for the sole purpose of ourselves. Because this is about your growth. Go ahead.
But they're using our magic, our science, though, and it's because there's no magic outside of us. All right, so they're using our.
They don't have no.
Our
I even go further. Not only are they using our science, our magical science, right? But they're using us. How are they? How are they able to conjure? How are they able to conjure some of the things that they're conjuring? They have to use our energy. We got the so-called dark energy inside of us.
Yeah. They don't.
We
have
got that dark energy. That dark energy that they're using, like on all these shows where they got this technology where they can basically go through light years through space, right? That's the technology we have in our essence already.
In our DNA.
We have that technology, right? They talking about light year travel and shit. They just talking about what they discovered about our melanin, our dark
matter,
our dark energy bodies. The dark energy body. Right? They found that out and they like, damn, we can do all type of shit with that.
Yeah.
Why you think? Go get the book, The Delectable Negro. Because they wasn't eating us. Yeah, the Delectable Negro.
I know. That's where do you think the word barbecue came from?
Exactly. But I'm trying to go even further. They wasn't just eating us. They would take specific chemicals, specific organs that had those chemicals in them, and they would take those chemicals and do some shit. How you think they came up with adrenochrome? What they call it, adrenochrome. The shit that they take.
Yeah.
Well, it's called adrenochrome because it's basically a chemical that's produced when you put fear into a child. Right? It's a chemical that's produced.
Yeah.
So they drink that shit. They literally drink this shit. I think it's called adrenochrome. They drink this shit for you. They drink this shit. So what are they actually talking about, man? They talking about melanated people, man. This is the only way you're going to get that strong genetic chemical reaction in the blood. Right? So they got to be talking about us when they're talking about harvesting adrenochrome and the trafficking, what you call the pedophilia rings. The pedophilia, it's all tied into the pedophilia rings and them trafficking children all over the planet. They're not just having
remember the Atlanta child murders? You remember the Atlanta child murders?
See, but the thing about it is, you see how the police department, didn't get shamed when they found out that this man was doing all this shit. He got away with all. They didn't shame the police department. They should have shamed the police department. Like, how did y'all let him get away? How did y'all let him get away? Because they allowed him to be there. You got to realize this. They put these motherfucking killers amongst us. Go on your Google and type in predators, child predators. Type that shit in, and they got a whole map to show you they got a gang of these child predators around us. What the fuck they all around us for? I'm talking about go on that damn map, and you will see how, because you know after they do that shit, they got to register as a child offender. So now for life, they got to have that stigma on them. So now they got to walk around. Now everybody know nobody's checking that damn map, because at the end of the day, I check that damn map and I'm like, they're all around us. I mean, we should have. Look, as a community, bro, as a community, which I use the word loosely, we not no damn community if we allow this shit to go on. What the fuck? These motherfucking pedophiles all around us, and we ain't went to their house and burnt their shit down yet? The fuck? But look, the whole thing about it is 9 times out of 10, we probably about to get violated because I just said what I just said.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to protect the pedophiles, but these damn children getting trafficked all over the damn planet right now, and we ain't got no means to stop that shit.
Yes,
Fuck out of here, man. This shit all...
We got the means. We got the means.
I know we do.
All them motherfucking witch doctors and all them motherfucking voodoo queens and medicine doctors out there in fucking Louisiana. Them motherfuckers can come out here and do some fucking voodoo on them motherfuckers, and they dicks will fall off.
Man, why? This dude, I'm gonna do that spell. As a matter of fact, I'm doing you the guy. Thank you for that idea. Because I'm going to do that ritual spell. I'm going to do that spell on all.
We got the means to handle this shit.
Yeah, you understand me? Because we should have been doing this shit, man. We should have been doing this. And the thing about it is, the reason why it would be hard for us if we actually, because I'm pretty sure people are out there fighting against this shit, trying to shut down these damn pedophile rings, right? But you got to realize how deeply they embedded with the government.
Yeah, they are.
Deeply embedded with the deep state.
What people need to start doing is making a fucking altar. Everybody need a goddamn altar in their house to conduct that energy, so for protection against that shit.
Okay, and let me ask you some questions then. Because the listening audience, not all of them know how to set up an altar. Okay, so give us some ideas on how to set up an altar.
You use your own creativity.
Right.
You're making an simulation of your subconscious mind through that altar.
Thank you.
Okay. And you have to have a pentagram set up within a circle, because you got to be in that magic circle, and you summon your 5 guardian angels or archangels or whatever shit, Necronomicons, whatever the fuck you're fucking with, to the north, east, west, south, and all that shit, all 5 corners of the five-pointed star, and you do your work within there. You need a black, red, and white candle. I use a black, red, and white candle. I got silver. I got crystals, pyramids on my altar. I mean, I can use anything as an altar.
Okay, now people might be saying, "Oh, that's devil worship. That's Satanism." And what do you say about that?
You got an altar at your church.
Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, So stop with the bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Stop with the bullshit.
That one at church, okay?
Right. So what? The one at the church devil, and the one at the church the devil, or some Satanism, a cult? No. See, the thing about it is, y'all don't recognize how much the church stole from pagans, how much the church stole from from the occult.
Well, your Bible was written by Kabbalistic priests. Okay, it's a Kabbalistic book too. It has Kabbalah in it. What do you think the fucking Jacob's ladder is talking about? It's talking about the goddamn Kundalini and the fucking tree of life, which is your inner God anatomy. And all those characters in the Bible are just fucking alchemical formulas.
Yes.
Told as a story.
Right.
They're not, they weren't historical people. These are alchemical stories. They stole a lot of shit and they couldn't say it in a scientific way. So they just turned it into stories and allegories.
Well, the thing about it is, it's a science that we have been disorientated from. So it's like, I think in ancient times, they were trying to get it to the public. But there was always a resistance, because you can go back into the story of the fallen angels and shit, how they wanted to get knowledge to humanity and shit, because they loved humanity so much to the point where they turned against heaven. They went against heaven trying to do that, just trying to give humanity knowledge.
And they got
that was the basis of the fallen angels. They fall because they were trying to help humanity out. They love humanity so much, right? Which is the trap right there, because that when you love humanity so much, that's how you fall. Symbolic.
Yeah. But also at the same token, though, what they were giving humanity knowledge, and what was the forbidden fruit?
The forbidden fruit, was hidden knowledge, occult knowledge.
Yeah, that's the forbidden fruit. Well, obviously, that's what.
The thing about it is, the now I learned that the battle between heaven and hell is petty. They don't. It's only necessary because it's dramatic. You got to play it out, and your spirit basically has to play it out dramatically for your soul to recognize these certain things going on and shit. So it's really not necessary. Once you evolve and you realize, okay, damn, these are just principles of energy, complementing forces that complement each other. And once you evolve beyond the human perspective of it, you use it in its proper context, not take it out of context and say, oh, it's the God against the devil and the devil against God. No, that's not quite the energy. It's not the alchemic. That's not the alchemic conclusion.
You use it the same way an engineer or someone that, in industry or whatever, use negative energy and positive energy and put them together and get an electromagnetic charge to power up machinery or to power up whatever the fuck you're doing. In other words, you're using it like a scientist. You're putting it together. It's a scientific formula. And when you put them together, it gets shit done.
Right.
Yeah.
These two things are what we use to on the plane of things manifest, right? So we can bring forth manifestations, right? You need these two energies. You need these two energies to fuse to bring forth manifestations. This is why I was going back into the sulfur and the Lucifer. Remember, Lucifer was the morning sun, which was it's an astrological symbolism, and opposed to just this evil character that, oh, it's corrupting and all. No, what happens is these are formulas, like the brother said. These are formulas. Then you have to match, and it is, see, it's not just alchemic formulas though. You have to break down it astrologically too, because what it's really telling you is telling you about the cycles, the processions of these, and in these cycles, in these processions, we are exposed to different energies.
Yeah, and then as we go through these processions, consciousness expands and contracts.
Right. But in that, look, the thing about this expand and contract, right, is depending on the evolutionary curve, because I'm talking about everyone is not evolving. Like our evolution is basically, you're gonna get a couple of people who evolve, and they're gonna go to a higher plane beyond, just a slightly higher plane or overtone beyond the rest of the humans who don't get there, who don't get it, who don't vibrate, who don't tune in and start vibrating at a level that's conducive with this new frequency, right? They gotta be able to,
you got people here that are millions of years ahead. Light years ahead.
No doubt. Of course. But I'm speaking on our particular evolution of this particular cycle of what you call the what are you calling them?
Yugas.
Yeah, humans, but I'm talking about within the cycle. What was it called?
No, yugas.
Yeah, this particular yuga, right? So.
Oh yeah, this is the Kali Yuga.
Okay, so what I'm saying is
Iron Age.
What I'm saying is, in this particular one we're going through, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are not going to evolve, but some people are going to evolve. So we're going to have a disconnect between those people and those people, like we having it now. This is a divide between people who are evolving and people who want to stay on this frequency, right? So I get what you're saying,
Yeah, you have people that are affected by the cycles, and you have people that know the cycles, that understand the cycles, and they're not affected by the cycles, and they continue to evolve. Even though this is a cycle where consciousness is contracting, people who are affected by the cycle, their consciousness contracts with that. They don't evolve, they contract.
Right. So yeah, the ones who usually resonate with it is the ones who can hear their ancestors speaking to them from beyond, or you know what I'm saying? The ones who recognize the ancestors left us symbols to facilitate this process. They left us things to give us give us a guidance in what, you know what I'm saying, into going into this next frequency. So when you recognize that stuff,
they've been through that shit before.
Right.
Yeah, they've been, but see, okay, man, let me tell you a cold ass meditation. You ever heard 100 Days of Brahma?
Yes, 100 Days of Brahma is basically a full cycle of one. That's what you call.
It's seven. Okay, when you 7 eternities equals
cycle.
Yeah,
a Brahma is a cycle, right?
Yeah, 7 eternities equals 1 Brahma. That means you go around 7 times, and that's 1 day of Brahma, and then you go around 7 times on the other side, and that's 1 night of Brahma. Okay, so 100 days of Brahma is really 100 days and 100 nights of Brahma.
Right.
So that's 200 days of Brahma. 200 days, 100 days and 100 nights. You know how much evolution that would be? Unthinkable. Unimaginable.
Yeah, overwhelming amounts of evolution. Well, what I'm saying, also, you got to consider that Brahma doesn't happen in human time and space. It doesn't happen in human time and space. That shit happens in other hyperdimensional time spaces. Or
It happens in all. I mean, I don't know how you can explain
well,
it,
it's not
but
registered. It's not registered. It's not. We don't look at it. We can't. We can't observe it, but we can.
no,
We can
yeah,
experience. We can't observe it, but we can experience. So that's what I mean by, you know what I'm saying. We not
we can't
actually.
even. It's not. It's mapping out the journey of the soul.
Of course.
Is Yeah, okay, it's mapping out the journey. Our soul is going to go through all these different evolutions, and is all these different cycles and evolutions and manifestations or incarnations. It's going to incarnate on. This is the lowest level it incarnates on, and then from here it's going to incarnate on higher and higher and higher levels.
Right, because there are other dimensional type beings. Like they had an episode of what's it called, Orville. They had an episode of
Mhm.
Orville like that, where there was some like fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional beings, right? And
Mhm.
they basically was actually using, because they had evolved to the point where they didn't experience death anymore, right?
Mhm.
So they had to experience it through human beings.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
Yeah.
was literally, and then they revealed themselves to the humans. I forgot they did something and they had to reveal themselves because they wasn't supposed to, because they're like fifth dimensional beings, and they basically had to come down through a third dimensional realm to present themselves to humans, to explain to them that we use y'all death to fuel our, you know what I'm saying, because we don't have it anymore. We don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like they using it as a fuel too, like an energy and shit. So
Oh,
that's
death.
crazy.
Oh, yeah, death. Shit, death. Death is a whole nother realm. Death
It's a realm
is,
within itself. It's a realm within itself, basically.
but death existed before life.
Of course, that was the chaos, right?
Yeah, that's the chaos realm. That's the Great Mother. Death is
Right.
a whole new form of life. It's another aspect of life, but I don't know if you can call it life, but it is. It is another form of life.
I think it is. I believe it's so. I believe it is another form of life, because you know also the first punk band was called Death. The first,
Oh
and they
yeah.
were brothers. They were brothers called Death.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. The Black
That's neither
Death.
here nor there. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, the death is a powerful realm that basically is feared, but it's not. It's not when you understand the greater picture. It's nothing to fear.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
blissful. It's probably blissful as fuck.
Right. It's probably what we call divine dark.
Mm-hmm. Or Nirvana.
Divine dark. Yeah,
Yeah,
divine
well,
dark.
see, here's the thing about going when you go back to the 0 point, or when we go back to conscious unity, is going back into the 0 point on the other side, but not unconscious and just get absorbed back into the nothingness. But it's about getting reabsorbed back into the nothingness, but still be as an aware conscious unit, as a self-aware unit.
Because you can get lost in that nothingness. You can lose. You can lose.
Well,
I would
unconscious
say, yeah,
unconscious unity. Yeah,
right.
you get reabsorbed back into the energy. So, and you're unconscious. You kind of, if you come back that way, you fail. But if you come back conscious, you succeeded. And then you get to
See,
live.
but the
You get
thing about it is,
hmm?
right. We are the sons of the primordial mother. So
Yeah, yeah. But see, we get sent on these pilgrimages, these billion year pilgrimages on the on the day side of Brahma. Our soul goes through these pilgrimages and all these different evolutions through the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. We're in the animal kingdom now, and next we're going into the human kingdom and the spiritual kingdom, on up until we back into the 0 point and start all over again. So our soul's going.
Oh, you're right, but also you got to consider that unseen world energy is kind of bleeding into this fabricated world energy, which basically it's like antimatter. It's going to break it down, and that's what we're experiencing. But what I'm saying is, when it start bleeding in, this is basically what's going on within inside of us. This conflict within. Because
how do you think that's going to happen? How do you think that energy is going to bleed into this energy? The only way it can happen is through us.
Right.
Yeah, because that energy, it's in us. We're the last thing in the universe.
We're bringing heaven down to earth, and that's what the ancestors were doing all the time when they were building these structures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were, because really it's all about energy, and this is what people get caught up in the cosmology and the mythology, and we really talking about certain energies and how to cultivate that energy, how to harness it, how to apply it. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors were masters at applying these subtle energies that elude humanity in their Neanderthal portion of their evolution, right?
Yeah. Our ancestors.
So that's basically Our
ancestors had the ability to manipulate the elementals and the dark energy.
Who? Manipulate what?
The elementals.
Manipulate what?
The elemental spirits.
Of course.
Yeah. And then also the dark energy, which is alchemy, the study of dark matter, study of melanin.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
And this technology.
This is all that's being talked about when you speak scriptural, when you speaking biblical, when you speaking any Quranic. Mm-hmm. You're talking about subtle energies and how they were anthropomorphized and put into these formulas through these damn allegories, stories, and you have to be mindful of a lot of this stuff has to be done under a higher state. You can't just read the Bible. The church, you're supposed to be high at church if you go to church.
Well, the thing is, you need to. Okay.
Oh no, I'm just saying you have to be high when you go to church in order to interpret it in its proper meaning, or even go into its deeper, esoteric, you know what I'm saying, meanings. Because this is where it's.
Well, since most of the Bible is Kabbalistic, then you need to know the Kabbalah. You need to understand Kabbalah. Okay? And if you understand Kabbalah, then that's going to help you decode a lot of that shit in the Bible. And then also you need another good thing, a good reference is the Emerald Tablets. Okay? A lot of the shit that's in the Bible came from the Emerald Tablets.
Yeah. Okay. And from other ancient books that predate it, or scrolls or scripture that predate it. Yeah, this is that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't even understand the origins of the Bible and shit. Like, and they speak on it as if they no, you don't even know. Like they speak on it as if there was an author in that sense. No, there were people who actually were commissioned to take to decree, and there were decrees of what portions of the scroll that find will become the Bible. That in the Nicene Council were the ones that made those decisions.
The Bible is really not a book. It's just a compilation of different pamphlets.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
Yeah, it's really not a book. It's it's just a whole bunch of pamphlets.
Right. So this is the thing is that the thing about it is I'm not trying to religion, because if you ask me, belief is one of our superpowers. Belief is one of our superpowers, but it has been used against us. We have been using it against ourselves, right? Because what if we believed in ourselves enough to where we have the esteem and audacity to start taking care of ourselves independently from it. Like, it's rare that we can get our people to be mature in that respect. Like, and that's based on because we believe in something else. We don't believe in ourselves like that.
We believe in things beyond ourselves and things that we don't know and don't understand, which is superstition. Stevie Wonder gave us that one. But see, the thing is to man know thyself. You need gnosis, knowing. Okay. And when you have knowing, understanding, then you can believe in what you know and understand.
Okay, so let me give you an example of how your belief is a superpower, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you convince your subconscious to believe in something, and it accepts that belief,
Mm-hmm.
do you know that's how you manifest stuff in your life? Is how you make yourself believe. This is how people, because they believe in all of the crap that's been given to them about themselves, about the world, the society. They believe that's all colonization. That's all constructive language, which is a magical spell that was put on the indigenous people.
Yeah. Okay. So why do you think I brought up? Why do you think I
Belief can
brought
be
up?
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So why do you think I brought up 100 Days of Brahma and 100 Nights of Brahma? Okay, so our belief down here in humanity, our beliefs is about so tiny. We believe in this tiny little thing that that's all around us. We think this life is the end all be all. But however, our soul has been around the block several times. It's been through eternity several times already. We've been through 3 eternities prior to this. We're on our 4th eternity in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so our soul has an accumulation of all that information and also what lies ahead of us, because who knows what day it is in the 100 days of Brahma. How many times we done these 7 eternities, a day of Brahma and a night of Brahma within the 100 days of Brahma and the 100 nights of Brahma. Could this be?
How do we know? How do we know for certain how many times we went through it?
Yeah, we can assume whatever. I mean, we can assume that we already been through this 100 times already, and that we have that much knowing, that much spiritual knowledge and power within our higher self, our higher ego, and we can pull on that energy and bring it.
Know what I noticed about our higher spirits and our soul is it always put obstacles up against your humanity so it can break through. You can make breakthroughs. You
Well,
gotta
yeah. Well,
like it's all set up in the way to basically transcend your humanity.
okay,
You
but
know what
get
I'm
on
saying?
this level, thinking about 100 days of Brahma and 100 nights of Brahma, that's beyond humanity. Okay, we're talking about yeah. Once you get past your humanity, then you can start focusing from higher manas, which is the soul, which pulls from the Buddhic, the the Buddhic realm, and then Atma, which is the highest realm. Okay, so you're pulling down from those higher energies, those higher realms, down into the physical realm, and by doing that, you can bring the energy down that you can use, and that can also be transmitted to other minds and souls that can come up with new inventions from right out of the higher dimensions, like Nikola Tesla did. He was pulling shit from the ninth dimension, from higher dimensions, and coming up with all kind of new things that can help humanity evolve beyond humanity without destroying itself.
Right.
In other,
Yeah.
we can pull new ideas. We can pull. Well, we can't say that they're new, but but ideas. It would seem new because in this age, these thoughts or ideas have never been thought of or pulled down, or no one has ever reached that level and pulled that shit down. But since we're at the point of this procession where we're at now, um, getting the energy that we're getting, who knows what we can pull from the higher self down into this dimension that can change everything.
Well, I think it's happening. So we speak in our own thought patterns are confining us to that programming too. So we're saying stuff that is confining us to that too. So
Well, we're speaking this into fruition right now.
right, that's
Right
why I
now,
said that
there's the energy.
even your
Yeah.
thought, even your because that's in syncing your thoughts with what's coming out your mouth is a you have to really be mindful of that right there because we can be speaking our own trap. We can be speaking it in our own not only our trap, but we can speak our own benevolence
Demise.
and our own greatness. We can speak it into existence too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yes.
we got to be
Mhm.
mindful of that,
Well,
right? So
that's the whole idea of this conversation, is speaking that higher greatness, that miraculous into being right here, right now.
right, but it ain't as simple as just saying it. It's a practice. It's a daily practice. You got to practice it every day. You got to literally
Yeah.
practice it. I have to catch myself. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
practicing it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah,
got
you
to.
got to meditate on
You got any last words, bro? So we can move. We can move on to
it. Well, like when we first started up before we went live, yeah, this past week, man, it's just one hell of a week. We're this much closer to a nuclear war. We're this much closer to the next Great Depression. And from out of all of
yes,
this, we're going to evolve. This is how we're going to
right,
evolve. We're going
and
into
that's why
this major pressure cooker right now. Humanity is getting ready. We're getting ready to get pushed to our absolute limit.
yes, it is necessary. It's very
Yeah.
much necessary because I just see the people are basically degenerates. They're degenerates. So we supposed to be evolving and they're devolving. So something's
Well,
got to push.
They can ready to get.
Something got to push.
They can ready to get shook off the planet. But even the people that are evolving can, going to get taken off. A lot of us getting ready to get taken off the planet right now. And, for me at 57, that's a vacation. But
I mean, either way, I'm stuff's gonna get done on that plane or on this plane. So stuff will get done.
It's going to get done. Yes, the business is going to get played out on the higher plane where I have more abilities. Down here, ain't shit popping off. I'm
not impressed. I'm not impressed by humanity me personally. Humanity doesn't impress me.
And third density doesn't impress me too, because the lag time it takes for things to manifest down here is like, oh my God. Shit, if this was the internet, it would be the slowest running fucking
right. No, but I think that only depends on how you've mastered your own ability to attract the things that you need and you want for yourself. See, that's a big thing too. Want and need. Like that's a cosmic debate within yourself. So that's another thing.
Yeah, here's the problem with that. Okay, you're trying to manifest something to happen to deal with a certain need, and then all of a sudden something else come up, and then you're focused on that, and then the energy you needed to deal with that, it starts coming, but now you need energy for this over here.
Okay, yeah, I get it, but also you got to consider that most people's desires are based in superficial, materialistic desires. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like you got to evolve in that respect too. You got to evolve beyond your lower self desires and make manifestations that are in a cosmic greater good. Like I'm not trying to bring forth. I'm not meditating on bringing forth more fiat and more. I'm meditating on accelerating the end of this bullshit. So now humanity can snap up out the bullshit and at least probably if they don't fucking destroy this shit, go back to our natural ways if we can. I mean, and apply that technology, right? Which is that ancient technology is way more advanced than this technology today. So you know what I'm saying?
Go back. I'm hoping I don't give a fuck. Send me some fiat currency. I want to, you know what? I feel this shit is getting ready to fucking blow up. The physical realm, third density, one day is just going to be gone, and we're going to a higher. We're going to another. This shit's going to play out on a whole nother different realm. I'm waiting on that, and I'll just fucking live this shit like it's 1999 over here, because it is 1999. I'll party like it's 1999 in this motherfucker.
I was just singing in my head too.
Huh?
That was a signal from the spirit realm, because I was just singing that in my head the other day.
Oh, okay.
You said it. Now I was singing in my head. That's a spiritual signal. I'll be listening. I'll be on that shit, bro. I'll be on that shit.
Oh,
but yeah, I gotta get to my next show, brother. So
okay, well, hold on to your seats, folks. It's gonna get crazy. It's getting ready to get real hectic. But it's gonna slow down next week. It's gonna slow down and speed up again. So
they saying October 1st is the end of everything. I'm talking about economically speaking. That's the end of everything. October 1st is done. Everything is done on an economic scale. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. My thing is, I don't give a freak. Like you just said, I want humanity to evolve. Whatever that takes, let's do it. All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Even if we have to destroy ourselves and wake up on a whole nother realm, let's do it.
Exactly. That part right there. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let's go even further before I cut off. There was a video going viral right now of a little boy telling his dad that he want him to die.
Mm.
Right? And people are basically sad and all this stuff about the video. And I'm like, damn, that's a spiritual sign right there.
Yeah, he wants you to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, maybe he sees something that says that you need to be out of the physical body for you to experience what's going to happen. Because if you're in the physical body, then you're not going to get the full. It could be all type of stuff. But I'm just saying, why is this little boy saying that? Like, we just saying that, like he's just saying. And then it was other little kids saying this shit, talking about, I'm a killer. I want to kill you. Little kids can't be no more than 5 years old. I want to kill you. I want to be. He said, I want to grow up to be a killer. Little boy.
Yeah.
Little white boy though. He was a little white boy though. You know what I'm saying?
Little white boy.
Little white boy crazy.
Yeah.
They said what? He said, what you want to grow up to be? A killer. I want to kill people. And he's like, he's serious too. No, he was saying that shit seriously, man. He's serious.
Yeah, that's killing for some of them is ecstasy, man. They get ecstasy. They get off on it.
Yeah, there's something going on with that. They did massacres. They did massacres like you got a hard on after they did it. They do massacres like they get a hard on from doing it.
Yeah, blood shit. They don't mind getting all bloodied up.
No, that's why in the prisons, the so-called black community, the black people in there, because they lost their way, they in there tamed because the essays in there stab your ass up with not a hot hesitation, nigga. They don't mind seeing the blood, nigga. They ain't got a weak tolerance for blood, nigga. They stab your ass up, and nigga keep moving. Like the brothers in there, they like, oh no, I can't. They thinking like that. Nigga like, no, nigga, you better get your mind right. Cause they'll stab your ass up, but not like you was in surgery, man.
Shit, man, death. They're agents of death. Death said, you work for me, motherfucker. When I need some fresh souls, all I gotta do is call on y'all, kill me some niggas.
But check this out though. Check this out. They actually celebrate death. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanic community, they got an actual whole so-called a couple of weeks where they celebrating death. I think it's called La Mortal, we'll call the death or something like that. They literally celebrate shit, bro. Meaning they basically attached themselves to one of our ancient ritual cultures, and now they're doing it. But we used to celebrate death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We knew on certain days we could talk to the dead, the so-called dead.
Yeah, well, that's what the Day of the Dead is about. That's when you have an alignment. Where
right.
Yeah. And
that's exactly what it's called. But in Spanish, it's called La Morta, something like that. La Mortu. That's what it's called. But it's the same thing as the Day of the. Okay. We getting a bad signal anyway. I gotta let's get out of here, man. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. We'll go
one more thing. One more thing, all of y'all that have
shutting down.
Yeah, but one more thing, all of y'all that have that do have altars and do rituals, I know you guys are already doing your equinox rituals to bring in the change the energy for the equinox.
Oh, it's equinox. Yeah, we in the fall equinox right now.
Yeah, we're in the fall equinox, so it's time to change the energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it on
right.
Fall
it's
equinox.
Already changing. You just need to be in step with it. You know what I'm saying? And lock in step with it. Trying to utilize the energy for yourself.
Yeah, for protection and
all right, brother.
Prosperity. Okay. All right, yeah, I'm gonna let you go, man. Okay, Islam. Good night.
All right.
All right.
Order out of chaos. Chaos.